Hi, so today we're gonna have a special guest, Roberta. So on my channel, I wanna have kind of diversity because we are in London, and London, it's all about diversity, different ethnicities, different experiences. And on my channel, besides doing makeup on myself and doing on models, I also want to have my friends and colleagues, makeup artists, that they have so much experience and they can share with you what they do, their tips, whatever. And today, Roberta, she's going to show how she does the complexion. I love the way she does complexion because it's very natural, but it always looks amazing, very fresh, glowy. So I'm gonna leave you with her, and she will show you. Roberta, I'm sorry, I'm still new at this, I forgot to present her. She's a makeup artist in Chanel, and she does an amazing job. I love her makeup, the way she does it, so she will explain to you her tips.
Hi everyone, I'm Roberta. Today I will explain you how I usually do my complexion on my everyday. So I think it's really important to prep the skin, otherwise it's impossible to achieve a natural makeup that still looks amazing. So on daily basis I love to cleanse my skin with the L'Oreal Micellar Water. It's very easy to use, quick, fresh, tone the skin at the same time, and you can use it on eyes, lips and face. After that, I love to apply on my eyes Le Lift. This is a nice moisturizer for the eye area. It really helps to reduce puffiness, dark circles and smooth the skin. It gives a little bit of lifting action so you don't see the crow's feet anymore, which is a great thing. After that, I love to apply on my face Le Fluide Sublimage. This one is a little bit pricey, but definitely worth it. It smooths the skin, detoxify the skin and improve the radiance. It also does a little bit of anti-aging effect and is specific for a combination to oily skin, so it works amazingly for my oily complexion. I already prepped my skin and applied the skincare, so I'm gonna go straight to foundation, but not every day, but especially for weekends or when I have a long day ahead, I love to use Le Blanc primer. So as I said, I don't use it every day, but when I feel the need of it, like today a little bit, I want to make it slightly brighter, so I'm gonna use it. I usually go for a half pump, so not even one. Something like this. And I love to use my fingers for it. So we'll go mainly T-zone, nose, cheeks, and I love to use, as I said, my fingertips, so it goes in depth. As you can see, the skin already looks brighter. Quick motions upward on the cheekbone, following the bones into any line. It's very gentle, so you can go underneath the eyes as well. And it's smooth fine lines here, so that's great. I'm gonna blend the other side. Today I think I'm gonna use the CC cream because it really gives me a little bit more of a shine. So I'm gonna go with this one. CC cream Shade 30 Chanel SPF 50. You think it's a lot, but then during spring and summertime I really love to protect my skin. I love natural base, so if I have sunspot, it's gonna be a little bit different. I will need a little bit more coverage, so better to protect the skin. So, two choices for the tools. I have the retractable foundation brush from Chanel, or my favorite, still a Chanel brush, but this one is a blusher brush. So, because it's got real hair, it really diffuses the color in a smooth way. So you don't see any line of foundation, you don't see any product left on top of the skin. You just go naturally in depth. I love to start from my cheeks. Circular motions, quite quick, so if you are in a rush, it's actually perfect. So if somewhere you need more coverage, we're gonna go back with concealer later on. So never too much foundation when you want a natural look. Layering is key. So you will see I will use different products, but then the result it will be anyway very natural. It looks like I've got highlighter on, and I don't. So you see, just massage and blend. So if you want to achieve a little bit more coverage, just press this way. So instead of blending, just make sure to press and put on the skin. Next step, it will be corrector. Shade is still 30 and is the Corrector Perfector from Chanel. I'm a Chanel fan, as you can see. I love to mix it with a little bit of the Touche Éclat. Usually a couple of clicks, just put on the back of my hand. This one is definitely lighter, so as you can see, you got a warmer shade and a lighter shade. And I love to mix them together to create a floral effect. My eyes, as you can see, are a little bit close set, so it's very, very important for me to illuminate into the inner corner. So I'm gonna start with the lighter color here, and I'm gonna then follow the orbital bone, mixing in the middle, and then using a slightly darker shade here. So it gives you a super, super fresh look. I use my fingers, but I use a brush as well. This one is the Chanel concealer brush. I'm gonna start, as I said, with the Touche Éclat, mainly here, inner corner, very minimal quantity, and the same on the other side. And I'm gonna start blending it. So even blending it, make sure to press into the skin, and then slowly, slowly you can blend. Don't forget this part here. So, you know, when you're tired, you may have a little bit of bluish shade here. Happen very often to me. As soon as you get rid of that, it's like you slept 10 hours. Look. Very good. I'm gonna now start mixing it. As you can see, I'm not going too much close to the lash line. And that is because it looks so much more natural when you just go around. Anyway, the shadow is gonna be here. It's not gonna be there. I love to go also to the corner of my lips. I'm not a fan of lip pencil, so this one really, really helps with definition. If you have a few blemishes in the same area, you can definitely use concealer everywhere. You can use a larger brush, like even the brush we used before, and just go on the bigger area, just patting on the skin. I'm gonna now use the palette Essentielle. This one is from Chanel. It's a magic product. I love to use it for touch-ups, but also because it has blusher, concealer and highlighter. I'm gonna now use especially the highlighter. It's a creamy one, so I love to apply it mainly here, just to accentuate a little bit the luminosity of the skin. I use my fingertips for that. On top to the bone, on the cheek. You can do blusher first and highlighter then. I mean, the order, I do on myself very random. It still works, but if you're a bit clumsy, probably blusher first and then highlighter. Right, I'm gonna use a little bit of the blusher as well. I'm gonna do it with my fingertip again. Very, very gently, so I'm not gonna apply too much, but I love to create a creamy base. So when I go over with the powder blusher, it's gonna stick on this and it's gonna last longer. The color is also more vibrant. Onto my nose. So it looks like a little bit sun-kissed. Nice, I feel alive now. So now I'm gonna set with powder. With powders, I've got two favorites. One is Le Beige from Chanel, shade 20. This one it has SPF 25 and is a sheer luminous powder, and it's a compact. I'm really a fan of compacts because I can carry the same product with me for touch-ups through the day. Loose powder is nice, of course I use that as well, but I think this is the best friend of every girl. So I'm gonna start. I love to use this brush. This one is from Armani, as you can see. Neck, chin, okay. I don't like to over powder too much. Anyway, through the day I will need to go back with powder because my skin is quite oily. But I don't like to over powder in the morning because it looks awful. So, very natural, so it doesn't matter how close to the camera I go, makeup is undetectable. It's now time for a blusher. This brush is similar, I mean it's the same I used before for my CC cream, but it's a different brush. So when there is sun cream on, never use the same brush for powders because it's gonna be a mess. I love to use this blusher from MAC on my daily basis. This one, I can't really read anymore what color it was, but it's just a nice peach. Matte, so not too much luminous. I'm gonna get some. And I like to apply it slightly higher than normal, so in the highest point on my cheek. Gives you a slightly younger look, so I personally really love it. I go back to the bridge of my nose. And the other cheek. So I press first, and then I blend. Right, it's time for me to apply bronzer. So the bronzer I'm really in love to is the Le Beige bronzer. This one is the medium dip shade. And it's brand new, so I'm really happy. It looks like sand and is a little bit luminous. So I don't do strong contouring, as you can see. So this is perfect because it gives me a little bit of glow, but still a powder, so it doesn't make my skin too oily. I'm gonna use the angled brush. This is still from Chanel. It's the older collection, but I think the quality is probably even nicer than the one we have now. So I'm sticking on this one. I love to start close to my ear, and then I go slowly toward the corner of my lips, but never go more than halfway down. Otherwise it looks you haven't eaten. Little bit just underneath the jawline. This is very good just to avoid illusion of the illusion of not having a double chin, but I think a little bit most of people has. I do have a little bit, so I love to go here to hide it. So if you have a long face like mine, very important is to go onto the chin as well, so a little bit higher. I'm not gonna go underneath, but here. And I do the same underneath my nose. And corners on my nose. The angle shape really does help. So much easier. Well, you see it's working really well considering that it's not strong contouring. It still gives me shape. I'm gonna go now on the other side. So the same, I'm gonna start from my ear. So for who has a quite high forehead, I love to go through the roots of the hair and then going slightly down toward my temple. When I don't have eye makeup, I go with the bronzer even here. Today I have already some eye makeup, but you can still go. Just to accentuate a little bit the socket, and it's a nice warm color from the bronzer, so it's quite universal. You can use it on the eyes as well. Well, I think it's all done. So the skin is looking glowy. I'm gonna come even closer to the camera. It looks like real skin. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for your attention.